guys. I hope everybody comes back. I had a good stream going, but there's no way I could watch a pixelated stream. I mean, I do, but you know what's funny is every time I try something new, it's a fail. It's like God is telling me to use this phone. So, okay, I am. Oop, shaking around. Hey, Carrie Ann. Were you on my last live stream? Because I had to leave and come back. Because they told me the phone I was trying another phone, and they said it was pixelated. So... well, I hope everybody comes back. And I kept trying to start a live, and it kept kicking me off. I don't know what was going on with that. So I hope that wasn't confusing. I wasn't, just caught this at the right time. Well, that's awesome. Still had, I think, over like 51 people. But I was telling them I was using a different phone, and I was using my new gimbal for the first time, and to let me know what was going on, somebody mentioned it was pixelated. Now, that could be a number of reasons. I don't think it was the phone itself. I think it was the signal, because I was hotspotting to my phone, and I'm on campus in a lot of buildings. So maybe direct is better. So how's it look now? Is it pixelated? Does it look good? I never usually have any trouble with this phone. I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, it was either that. I was also hotspotting the phone I was filming to my regular phone. It could have been a little bit of both. I think it was the hotspotting, to be honest. Maybe my data was low. And that's something I worry about, because... thanks, Marco. Great. I wish I would have known that way early. I would have done something about it. I get motion sickness if I try to watch something, so that kind of stuff I'll usually listen.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm trying to get my hand situated. I've had a couple people stop, but it's partially, you know, I let people come to me, so it might be a little bit of they're in a hurry to get to class. But it was cool to really find somebody that knew about SPTV and everything. So, yeah. Every time I tried it, Marco, every time I try to do something new, it's usually a fail. But live and learn. It's how I learn. So I think the first of the month, I'm going to go ahead and get the third line and a dedicated live stream phone, because I'm surprised this one's working so well on the gimbal, because my flip phone doesn't work well on the cheap gimbal, because it's hard to get centered with the hinge. If I took my case off, it would be easier. Let's see. Thanks, Patrick. Glad you came back. Yeah, I was saying every time I try something new, it doesn't usually work out, but, you know, live and learn. I think it was the hot spotting, because if it was reception, I'd be having problems with this phone. Although, because this one's directly attached to AT&T, and the other one is a non-service phone, so it was connected to my phone's Wi-Fi, and I'm in the middle of a bunch of buildings, so that didn't help, I'm sure. I just hope everybody comes back. I was doing pretty good today. I wish I could have found out what was going on over there. But I noticed I've passed before I went live, even off campus. Maybe it's because it's Friday, but there was like a lemonade stand. There's all these like clubs with tables out doing stuff. Of course, I've never been on campus. They might do this every day. You don't know. It's really nice out. Bit breezy. It's trying to catch my... Let's see. Any body routers in the college? I haven't seen any. Nobody, the couple people I talked to hasn't seen any. I might get bold, and if I see somebody chilling, I might ask. Hey, have you guys seen any Scientologists on campus passing out flyers? Okay, just asking. Oh, there's the Theater Guild. Something over here. Whew. I feel sorry for college students having to walk this much in the hill country. Everything, it's almost like San Francisco in some places. Your hotspot from this phone might be limited on bandwidth to the other phone. Yeah, that's true. I'm sure a hotspot isn't as good as a direct connection. I should have asked sooner what the picture looked like. I was asking about the gimbal. But, so we won't do that again. I'll only use dedicated phones. I have a different case that is flatter, and I bought it. It's cheap. I just bought it just to film with. But I like the case I have has a wallet attached that you can take off, which I did. But it has a big long purse strap, and I like it. Hi guys. Oh, you're talking to them. What's this for?
It's a film org. We're just fundraising so we can continue to make good products in the future and everything. So.
Okay. Well, my followers will know. Not very many.
Hey, we'll take what we can get.
Yeah. What? Have you seen any Scientologists trying to pass out flyers or anything on campus? That's why I'm here. I'm trying to find out. In other cities, because us protesters shutting their doors, they're not able to get people to go in. They're sending them out farther and farther to try to get you guys to come in. So, watch out. They'll put them in civilian clothes and, you know, yeah. Everybody's so nice here. I like Texas. I just can't handle the heat in the summer. The reason that is I got heat exhaustion in basic training. And ever since, I've been susceptible. So I drink about a gallon of water a day, even when it's not hot. Let's see, it seems like it's a little bit down. Ooh. Still working the gimbal, guys. Alrighty. If I do this again, sorry, I'm gonna get a sign I can wear because I got it bent a little and I just have it in my fingers with the same hand as the gimbal. Thanks, Sandy. Thanks for coming back because I had to end that live stream and start over. Yeah, didn't get abducted. I feel pretty safe, even where the org is. I'm never without at least 5 people around. The only time I'm vulnerable is when I'm in the parking lot getting into my car, and I'm always being careful about that too. But because it's right by campus and behind the org is several parking garages and apartments. And so there's always students walking back there too. And always cars. So I've never felt unsafe at the org because there's just always so many people around. Plus we have a security guard. He didn't help Hitzel that day, but I think if somebody really tried major harm, they might get involved. You never know. I think Mr. Mark would. They might if they've passed me before.
Like they were weird about I don't want to say I wasn't
Ooh.
stuff, but like that doesn't like get in a party.
Hey guys, I've never been on campus. What's a good way to walk?
Where are you trying to go?
Just walking around. Nice.
Speedway's a good choice.
So that way.
Up and down the speedway.
I'm off. I'm parked off near Guadalupe, so I got to go back that way anyway. So
You do? Okay.
yeah.
I would, if you want stairs, this is the way to get back up.
Okay.
But I feel like the incline at either side.
Yeah, I came down it.
Way,
I
this
came
one's-
down
this
over
one's
there.
not too bad.
So I'm kind of getting. I should have got a map of the place.
That's okay. Explore down Speedway.
Okay.
This is a pretty good spot to walk. Everything up that way is uphill, so if you want to like a steadier incline, I would go back the way you came.
Okay,
When you're
I'll
ready to
do
get
that.
back to your
I'll do
car.
a circle around. What are you guys promoting?
We're having a little art market on next
Friday.
in Austin.
Here, guys.
We're
So,
Texas Creative.
If you
Union
guys want to,
Project.
if you're in the area, here you go.
Thank you.
All right.
Enjoy.
I'm promoting anybody I see. People promoted me. I like to pay it forward. Plus, if you're in the area, you might want to go. Yeah, if they haven't talked to me, they've probably passed me on Guadalupe. Because I'm at that, and I'm going to start hanging out. Since they frosted the door, there's really no reason for me to be directly in front of the door. So I think I'm going to hang out on the corner a little bit, closer to the crosswalk, and that's the side they have to come up from their parking. I knew it was back there somewhere. I didn't actively go looking for it. I just knew, because to come from the other, you see where I come from. That's not even a road. You can't take cars through there, but you can walk. And I park, behind the Oregon on San Antonio Street. If you ever look at the map, it parallels Guadalupe, where the church is. I hate to say church, the org. So I always try to come up that way to the pizza place. That's my pit stop. I always get a bottle of water and use the restroom there, because I've usually drank a coffee all the way here for about an hour and a half. So I can feel it kind of wearing off. I was really peppy when we started. But I like this because I've been really watching videos online about people walking for health and stuff. Because if you've seen me, I'm plus size. But I didn't gain my weight through food either time. The first time I gained, I'm not even going to go into that, but it was medical. The second time I gained, I was 108 pounds when I met my doctor. And when he was the first doctor I found that knew how to treat my disease. It took me 3 years to find him. He started throwing all these meds at me. A lot of them off, what do they call that? Off brand, when you use it for something it wasn't originally made for. And he threw like 5 new ones at me all at once. And every single one, the top side effect was weight gain. And I went from 108 to 180 pounds in 16 months. And I've been at the same weight. I've been plateaued ever since. Now, I did lose 5 pounds the first week I protested before they opened, because I came down every single day. But I've stayed at 180 since. So, and because I was sedentary for so long, there's no muscle. So I need to work up my muscle mass, especially in my legs and stuff. So I think I might do this maybe once a week. And maybe I'll try to circle back more than once to make sure the org stays closed, because that's what I'm there for. But I like doing this too, because people might see my sign that don't necessarily come across over there and may not even know they're there. Although that guy said that they're on their campus app, which I think is disgusting. I'm going to talk to the school. I'm going to contact somebody at the school and be like, they should not be on this app. They're horrible. It's the same thing as somebody else. Oh, I forget her name. She emailed me about the Corsicana newspaper. And I'm going to walk on the left where the trees are. Talking about, I mean, Corsicana is in East, I think in East Texas. Not near a Scientology org that I know of. And she said they're always having positive Scientology articles. I'm like, why? So I went and I looked. She sent me a link. And I just put in Scientology, and they have article after article after article on there, because they have the online articles now. So they don't have to pick and choose what they put in. They can just put everything in. And I'm like, why are they promoting? So this is what I want from everyone. And bring it up in other chats. We really need our keyboard warriors. Check your local newspapers and publications and see what they're putting out about Scientology. And if they're putting out positive stuff, email them. Email the editor. And if you have a paper you want everyone else to email, if we mass email them, they'll take notice. They may ignore one or two, but if we could mass email them, that's where the keyboard warriors come in. So great. Like, off label. Thanks, Melissa. Let's see. Lori's back. Yeah, I probably won't have the same people come back that I had, but that's okay. But yeah, so I was with Popcorn Planet during Johnny Depp, and I watched that. They were like a little group. He had like people on his channel that were regulars. It was Andy Stignor, it's his channel, and he had Steph and Kim. Steph's from the UK, Kim's from Canada, and Lewis from Nerd Report. And I watched it blow up, and for whatever reason, Andy didn't want to label anything. And because we were trying to come up with a name for the followers. And it kind of just fizzled out. And I knew if he did that, it would help. It would make everybody feel more. I thought his name is Popcorn Planet, and we could have been the Planeteers. So they got it on SPTV. They did it right. When somebody said, hey, we should be SPTV, and it blew up. We took it. Aaron and everybody promoted it. Everybody feels part of a community. A lot of off-label meds of the past had so many side effects. Oh, I know. I had a really bad... I'm on Lyrica now. The one before that they give you, not gabapentin. Anyway, it was for seizures. And you're not supposed to go off of it cold turkey because it can cause a seizure. Anyway, I felt like I had a mini seizure at work. And I went off it. I shouldn't have went off of it cold turkey, but I did. Well, I wouldn't go back on any of that for many, many, many years. Matter of fact, I only went back on the Lyrica after I injured the rest of my disc because it helps with nerve pain. But I gained... I had lost... No, I hadn't lost. Yeah, I had lost. I had gotten down to 170. I went on the Lyrica, went right back up to 185. So I gained 15 pounds as soon as I started taking it. After being on it a couple... Oh, look, a squirrel! Squirrels. There's a squirrel. Where'd he go? There he is. See him? Hi, Mr. Squirrel. Hi, Mr. Squirrel. You come to join our live? Oh, he's so cute. We have a lot of squirrels in Texas. I hear them running on my roof all the time. I went off all my meds for fibro too, many side effects. I do CB oil in my tea and I am so much better. I know, I want to try it, but because I'm on a pain management plan, until I would get fired, you know. But I ended up weaning off all of the new meds because one of them I figured out was causing my tremors to be worse. And one of them that he gave me started having breathing problems, and I had to go off each one for a week to figure out which one. I had a horrible reaction to gabapentin, passed out while driving. No one was hurt. Yeah. Well, I'm back on it. Lyrica is like a more expensive version. It's a little bit different. But now that I have the stimulator, I might be able to go off the Lyrica. I'm going to try. But I'm going to wean because the reason I have fibromyalgia, I got traumatic fibromyalgia. Quick, brief story. I had a shoulder injury at work. Workers' comp would only throw drugs at me. They had me on a 100 microgram patch of fentanyl. They had me on 4 10 milligram Vicodins, and for 2 years, and wouldn't do an MRI and said I didn't really have an injury. Well, I never wanted it to be workers' comp. I had done that in the 90s or in the 80s, and it got me nothing. I wanted to use my own doctor, but the boss put it in because as soon as workers' comp stopped treating me, they came in, gave me a steroid shot, took an MRI. My rotator cuff isn't torn like in the middle like some people. It's halfway across from the outside in and all the way through. And they were trying to say I don't have an injury. Well, so I had to switch from that doctor to a different pain management doctor because it was going to be my insurance. And I'm just going to walk back down here. There was about a 2-month gap. So I asked my family doctor, would he just carry my prescriptions till I get with this other pain management? And he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. Well, beginning of August, he changed my Vicodin. He lowered it and didn't say a word to me. And I'd been on the same medicine for 2 years. So I didn't look at the bottle, and I ran out. I could see I was going to run out. So I was panicking because I know how much pain I was in with the pain meds, and I was worried about what was underneath. Well, I found out later from this other doctor that when you're on pain meds that long, sometimes it can ricochet back and be worse. I was in excruciating pain on all of that. Well, they fit me in. I'm like, look, he goes, what's your pain level right now? I'm like, I got so many different things. And he didn't let me talk. Well, what it was is he was going on vacation that day for 7 days. So he was in a hurry. He's all right, we're just going to do this. We're going to take you off everything and put you on, what is that crap? And I don't remember. Well, I spiraled downhill for a week. And where most people get fibro over years, I literally got mine overnight. I literally left work in an ambulance and never went back. I got so weak I couldn't even open an envelope, and it took them a year to figure out what was wrong. Ow. And so cold turkey, it shocked my nervous system so bad, it gave me traumatic fibromyalgia, because you can get that due to a physical trauma. And it took me, that was 2010, I got diagnosed in 2011, and I didn't find my great doctor until 2012, I think. No, early 2013. So, let's see. Every time I switch hands, I have to switch the way it points. Let's see, left a little bit, there we go. Sign. All right, I think we're good. Let me know if you think we're too low or whatever. That's why I never tell anyone, please don't ever go off meds cold turkey. Let's see. What about KK? Did I miss something? Yeah, passed out. That's what happened to me with the gabapentin at work. I didn't actually go unconscious, but I couldn't respond. And they were doing that breast thing, and they were trying to talk to me, and I could hear everything. I could feel everything, but I couldn't respond. What is a bollard? Oh, that's a lot. I now take medical for 20. It's life-changing. I was told it was all in my head. Oh, yeah, the fibro. Oh, you know what they did? So I left work in an ambulance, went to the post hospital because I worked on post. They found out I had see, he was back and I had a doctor's visit. So those 7 days I spent just feeling so horrible and still trying to go to work. KK, the squirrel, coming to visit. Aww. Yeah. That was cute. You know, isn't her hair a little reddish? I can't remember. She always had a hat on. He was a little bit of a darkish red. And the only reason I'm talking about this is there are other people that could be in the same situation, and don't let it happen. And what was funny is when that family doctor filled out my paperwork for work, he listed 5 different things, and one of them was fibromyalgia. I didn't know anything about fibromyalgia. Thank you, Ms. Kim in chat. I'm very glad that you are doing these audits. Time for me to go. Have a great day. I've been out here for a long time. Yeah, I don't mind you going. Because I think the first live was almost 2 hours. And I'm just, you know, I got to make my way back the other way. But I'm still feeling good, so I'm like, I might as well keep walking. I do need to be on the road before 4:30. Sorry about that. It's almost 4. Thanks, Patrick. All right, so I'm going to go towards, I'm going to go towards the car. We'll go back to the org. We'll make them close their doors again, and then I'll sign off there. But I've got to figure out where I'm at. Oh, I'm on the, okay. I'm going parallel, I think, to Guadalupe. Go back to the right. I think. When I get back towards the quad, I'll ask somebody. I could bring it up on my phone, but I don't want to mess around. So anyway, one of the things that I did, so I was it manifested in me I've had a lot of the symptoms, but the biggest one was overall weakness. I was so weak. I ended up, Tom was in, the day I went in the emergency room, Tom was getting on a plane to Iraq for 14 months, a civilian job. I'm like, no, this will probably pass, go. So it was just me and my 17-year-old daughter. So I ended up putting an ad in the paper for an assistant, not a maid, because I didn't use the house or anything. I just, well, by then I had made my daughter move out. She turned 18 and was taking advantage, so I was alone. And so I just wanted somebody to come in 3 times a week, make sure I was alive. And she would just do things like help me go through the mail and maybe change my sheets, and she started doing crock pot meals for me. So they say it's an overall pain, but there's like 200 symptoms. Well, I do want to try the weed. I love you. Make them close the org. Yep. Lori. I do, from the 70s to now. And your dad was a cop. Off-label meds made me unable to sweat, and I overheated so fast, then I 1% chance of reaction when mixing them. It's been a crazy ride. Oh, Melissa, I totally understand. I was born in 69. But, yeah. I actually only tried it when I was about 19. But then I went in the Army, and we were always around the Army. I always had some sort of job that you had drug tests for, so I just never did it again. But I have thought about it. There's like 2 months in between when they test. I thought about going to Colorado with our camper and just trying it for about a week to see if it helps. If it helps, then I don't care. I can go. Oh, I'm amazed they're reconnected. I think I got between the wrong buildings. Or I've been on here too long and they're slowing me down. That's the other reason I want the third line. So, but yeah, I know my analytics tell me that a lot of my watchers are around my age. I know you've probably been around this, through a lot of the same things. What I tell people who have pain, or chronic pain, or inflammation, go gluten free. I'm gonna go up this way. It was a chance encounter in 2013. We were out of town, and this lady just asked me, she goes, "What's wrong with you?" And I told her, and what it was is, I said, "This is my worst day." She said, "Because there's a low pressure front coming in." I didn't know the barometer could affect my pain. She was a nutritionist / chiropractor, and she told me to go gluten-free because gluten causes inflammation. So any autoimmune disease like lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, or any chronic pain, if you go gluten-free, you're getting rid of something that'll aggravate your pain. And go fresh or frozen produce, no processed foods. Well, I didn't listen to her at first. It took me about a year to start in 2014. But when I did, and when I do something, I do it like all in. And I started getting more energy. My tremors went away. My symptoms got better. I was able to get out of bed. I was stronger. I slept better. Excuse me.
No, really? No way.
I'll let them go. So, anybody that has chronic pain, I recommend. Let me get in the shade so I can read your guys' chat. I stopped so they could get by.
So it sits in the UT Tower
Thank
overnight
you.
in burnt orange, so it's like
On a hill. So where are we? Oh, not very far. Well, that's cool, Lori. Yeah, I've looked into it. I have been a medical mystery for years. I didn't tell you what happened, so I got off track. I made it to 64. I want my next 10 years to be better than my last. They just said the gluten. And when I cheat, like when I have pizza or something, especially, hi Lorraine, especially Little Caesars, I found out later, Little Caesars, he told me their dough is extra gluten. So we get thin crust, but I can tell when I cheat, when I have gluten. I know I'll probably pay for it the next day. But I'm I eat healthy. I mean, you wouldn't believe how healthy I love vegetables. I'm always making stir fry or roasted vegetable one-pan meals, and we get factor meals delivered because I don't feel up to cooking every day, and because we're on different schedules, it works out. So at least 3 days a week we can eat what we want, and it's worth it because if I went, they run about $10.99 a meal, but if I were to go out and buy all the ingredients for all those different meals, it would be ridiculous. We've been with meal delivery for about 4 years. Extra what the, yeah, definitely. I know I'm getting close to where I need to be because I can hear the noise. Oh, look at the puppy. Love the puppies. I want to bring my puppies, but I think it's getting too hot for them. My dogs are indoor dogs. They go out, they go to the bathroom, they come back in when it's hot. Although my Pitty I say she's naked. Her fur is like peach fuzz. She doesn't have any fur. So she likes to lay in the sun sometimes. Alright. Let me just make sure they can see my sign. I'm switching hands again. Sorry, I'm breathing hard in the mic. That was a very tall hill. Dropped my sign. Dropped my cane. Dropped everything. Alright. There we go. I'm headed pretty much straight back to the org. If I can make it straight. It feels like I might be. Yeah, we came around this way before. And then I need to go right up here. I don't like to put kids on camera if I can help it. If I notice, sometimes I'm paying too much attention to where I'm going. I came down these steps before, and then we went around the outside edge. It's much more crowded than it was before. I'd like to tour a different part of the campus next time. Maybe I'll look on a map. I'll download a map next time. I didn't think I'd go that far. See if there's someplace else I can park and walk around. I know the campus is bigger than this. Or there's different parts of it. Okay, so we got the new phone. I don't know. Let me see if I can find somebody that's talkative who might answer me. Let's see if we can find somebody who's like talking. Oop, wrong way. Trying to come up a little bit. There we go. Whew. Yeah, I left my house in a jacket this morning. I was like, man, this is a great day to come.
So much better.
It's only supposed to be in the 70s.
The bed is all run down.
I feel pretty good. Oops, sorry. Whoa. This is the way we came before. Yeah, we did. I'm really good at knowing what direction I'm going. I can look at a map and then not look at it again and get there. But my husband is the opposite. He can't, don't tell him street signs. Tell him to turn at the crooked tree. Turn at the big rock. Because when they go out on the back of the base, that's the directions. They have Dead Goat Road. And a lot of times they're not even on a road. Trying to get this. Hold on, let me recenter. Okay, that's what it thinks center is. Okay. Alrighty. Oh yeah, it's a big event. They got big banners up and everything. There's a lot of parents. So I wonder if it's alums, because it's called Texas X's. So I think we came this way. Almost hit myself in the face with the phone. I'm too busy looking around. Hi, Jess.
That's good.
The days of using real maps to travel. Yeah, it killed me to throw our big atlas away. Because I don't know if we did. I may have made him keep it. Like, yeah, what if the world comes in and we need maps? Oh, folding it back up. I always, my parents were truck drivers. I always had the good big atlas book that was laminated. Although I've had to use those little maps before when I didn't have it. Oh my gosh, we went to LA once. We were stationed in Monterey. We were going to Disneyland in 91 in a 65 Mustang. And we knew exactly where to go. We didn't have a map because it was really easy. We get there and the highway south of LA that we need is closed. It's about 4:30 in the morning. We circled the outer belt until 7:30 trying to stop at gas stations that won't let you use their bathroom, and none of them had maps. And ended up in stopped traffic once we did find out how to get there. That was the one and only time I went to LA. I will never drive in LA again. Although, I did rent a car and go to Burbank when I visited my daughter. Oh, and when I visit my daughter on the when they're driving, I just close my eyes. It's so scary. Alright. Let's see. I used to throw it in the back seat. No kidding. Yeah, my husband, we're kind of like preppers, but we're not preppers. We know we should. We know we should have backups of everything. We used to have the 72-hour kits where you could just grab a backpack if there was an emergency, had a change of clothes and 3 days of food and water. You know, what if your house catches on fire and you have to run out in your nightie, you know, or anything like that. But we used to have more food storage than we do now. Okay, I'm on Guadalupe. Now this is the co-op right there. The first floor is all Texas, University of Texas stuff. Well, there was like the second or third time I came down here, Pearl Snappy wasn't here. It was the week before the opening. And I'm like, I'm just standing here I wasn't even gonna film. So I had to run down here and hope that they sold office supplies, and they did. The basement is all school supplies. I bought poster board and Crayola markers and made a little sign. But all their proceeds go to course material scholarships. LA traffic worse than New York City. Yeah, that's possible because the freeways are scary. You guys go a lot slower because it's light to light. Just, I used to get triptychs from AAA. Oh yes, I think that's why they were called. Yep. When we got married, I had to wait 8 months for housing because we couldn't afford to live in California on a private pay. So I want to stay on campus to walk so I can. Oh, there's the order right there. So I had to drive from Ohio to California. So I got AAA, and I had luck. Thank God I kept AAA for a couple of years. So I had a car that would die. We bought this 66 Volkswagen Bug. Somebody had lowered and put a tiny steering wheel on, but that's all we could afford. And there was a weird button in there. We don't know what it did, but if you left it on, it killed your battery. And Tom was gone, and I'm very independent. I'll still go to the movies by myself and stuff like that. Well, our son was about 2, and I went to a drive-in in Salinas, California, which was a ways away from the base. Well, I made it to the second movie, and then they replayed the first later. So it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. The car won't start. And this is in an industrial part of town, not residential. I'm scared to death. I find a gas station, the kind that won't let you come in, they have a window because it was a bad neighborhood, called AAA. And then this car full of dudes starts circling the parking lot like 3 times. Right about the time it looked like they were about to stop, the tow truck driver showed up. Like, thank God for AAA. But we have that. I'd have it now, but we have a lot of insurance does the roadside assistance now. I'm the youngest of 7. My parents had options. Oh, let's go back. Made them stop fighting each other. Do you hear? Big families. I have 7 kids and I love it. Yeah, I quit it too. The thing was, at the time I had a home daycare and I had a boy and a girl, and we tried for a long time for our daughter, like 2.5 years. My kids are 5 years and 8 days apart, born the same month. So it was difficult anyway, so we quit it too. And I said, well, if I ever feel the need that I want a baby, I think I just passed the org. No, this is it. I'll just have one in my daycare and they go home at 6 o'clock. Oh, there's more chat. I'm about to come around the corner to the org. Makes sense. Yeah, I learned, I was telling you that, 25 hours a day, yep. Wow, good for you, Sandy. I had thought about us adopting when we got older, like adopting a teenager that just needed something for a couple years, or foster. But by the time we got to that age, we were both too broken. Because I always liked helping kids and stuff, and I wanted to be a school teacher, but I had to give up my academic scholarship to get married. I'm an only child. They threw in the towel. I was an only child till I was 9, and then my mom had another one that was, back then having one at 32 was considered weird or not good, and now they're having them in their 40s. I was about to say something and I forget. What was back here? Oh, the maps. So my stepdad was an independent truck driver in the 70s. If you've ever seen the movie Convoy, that was my life. My mom also went out with him too. And so when I was 8, I went on my first vacation, which was in the truck from Ohio to Florida. And I had to read the maps to wherever he had to go. And I was darn good at it at 8 years old. Yeah. I did foster, and the first kid I got, I adopted. And the last one I had, I adopted. Dealt with the kids no one wanted, usually boys. That's why we wanted to do older kids, because I heard it was really hard to place them. Everybody wanted babies. And I'm like, all right, here we are. Oh, they're still closed. Huh. Are they that worried? You'd think they'd want to open. Oh, it's green. Can't do that. No. It's red, but it didn't say I could cross. So if you can see the street signs from here. So I'm at Guadalupe, in case I ever needed to call 911. And 22nd. It's not easy, the baggage. It's hard to break down those walls, yeah. Oh, Lori, yeah. My husband bought me one that did 50 generations. So it was fun, but it didn't narrow it down as much. So I did Ancestry DNA about a year or so ago. I never knew I had Scottish. I'm like 1/3 Scottish. It's like 38 or 42%. I knew we had English and Irish, and I have, because I'm so white. I burn if I'm near the stove. And I found my ancestors, but you got to do the work to prove it. And I followed them all the way back to some really interesting places. But I have to do it in spurts. It's some work, being on the laptop and stuff and doing this. I just kind of get into it every once in a while. I did help another family narrow down when their grandmother got married because my grandfather, my mom's dad, she didn't know him. He left. And they thought she was already married to him that year. And I'm like, no, I found his draft card with my mom and, or his, I don't know if it's the draft card. So I contacted him and said, they definitely weren't married that year. I'm not really looking to connect. Oh, there's people here. Let me center. All right, center. All right. Yeah, well, I started genealogy back when you had to hand mail stuff. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Hi. What's your channel again?
I don't have. I just.
Oh.
I don't even. I have
Yeah.
7 followers.
That's the way I started.
It's DOA.
Oh, that's so cool.
I
Look at
bought
that.
DOA, and he's gonna. Right now, Aaron's trolling.
Hubbard says are stuck to your body. Does this sound like a recipe for a mental breakdown?
Who's he trolling?
Having a mental journey.
Aaron Levin Smith right now.
Oh, you're just listening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speakers over there.
Yeah.
Please, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you combine that with the fact that
They wanted me to go on campus today to see if there was any body routers going around
I
campus.
saw that you were going to do that.
Yeah, so
all these spirits come
nobody, I asked a couple people, but they did say
75 million years
that there's an app that they have that tells them about events around campus and near campus, and they're on it. So they're always inviting them to events. I'm like, I'm contacting the school over that one.
They haven't liked this too much here today. I've been here for a couple hours.
Yeah, well, I guess Pearl Snappy came by on her bike because I got here and the blinds were already down, and they told me, oh, she was out riding her bike, so she came back 2 different times and made them
I
close.
bet you because I drove by here and the blinds were open, and then I got a hotel, and I walked over here and the blinds were closed. So I bet you in between that time she must have gone through.
Yeah, I came by and the blinds were already closed, but the doors were open. They closed the doors. It was probably, man, I've been on a good almost 3 hours now.
drop them in volcanoes with hydrogen bombs.
But yeah, if you make a channel, we'll get you
Oh,
some.
I have it. It's
Oh, tell me what it is.
Heritology.
There you go.
Heritology, one word.
This is the first time I've used this gimbal. I can't even get it on you. There we go. Yeah, I bought it and I realized it didn't really do me much good on the tripod. And a lot of the things that I wanted, I can't use while I'm live streaming. So, but yeah, go into my comments and leave your channel. I'll make sure that they get it. Because that's how I went live, is Aaron put me on and Pearl Snappy put me on. Yeah, I'm glad we have another. How come you had to get a hotel? Are you coming from a distance?
I drove several hours to get here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I drive 75 miles each time I come down.
I live down in south of Houston.
Oh. Well, I'm wanting to go to like Dallas, Houston, San Antonio.
I'm going to do all those, but this is my...
Yeah.
I just...
Well, it's cool you came. So cool.
I actually I came up with this idea. I was going to get that van and I was going to paint it and I was going to
Oh, look, he likes it.
I was going to send it to him.
He thinks it's funny. That's an actual, there's a protester in LA and that's what his van looks like. He parks it out front. He painted that all over his van. His DOA, if you ever want to look at it. Just remember DOA, that's his channel. Yeah, we're protesting. They opened in February.
That's a big sign.
Yeah.
It's the whole building?
Yeah.
They don't have that many students here that are
No.
getting involved in it?
It's a skeleton crew. No.
Why are they here? What made them come
They've
here?
owned the building for 55 years. L. Ron Hubbard bought it because it was next to campus. There's a lot of buildings they own that are empty. And they finally, because they've built so much money out of them to either buy them or remodel them, that they finally had to open them. And they had to bring in people from far and wide to staff it because nobody wanted to, there wasn't enough staff
That
to
is
do
the
it.
coolest thing I've ever seen.
So a network of protesters started up in the last 6 months. We're all over the country now, or all over the world now. We're in other countries. It's about 100 channels.
Wow.
So if you go to DOA, then you'll probably find they're the LA protesters. The LAPD has been persecuting them and arresting them for no reason. Because they're in Scientology's pocket in LA because of the Celebrity Center.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
well, of course.
because they hire them at triple rate to work their events. So they're
Wow,
doing
so
their
of course they're
bidding.
gonna be doing their
DOA's been arrested twice, or he
Really?
spent, maybe not twice, but he spent like 6 days in jail for a
DOA?
bogus claim.
He's
And-
been swatted
Chunked
5
up-
times.
Yeah, he's been swatted. He gets swatted so much
there
that when
was
he
no charge.
when he sees the helicopter, he just lays on the ground.
Are you serious?
They put him in a
I
cell
hope
for
you
5
guys
days
can
and
stop
they just.
this.
Yeah, they knew that the charges wouldn't stick. They just wanted to punish him for Scientology because they're
I
doing.
don't know why I didn't look up to the right and
Yeah.
realize that was.
It was covered by trash bags until February.
Oh.
And they opened up another one in Chicago near. They did it on purpose next to campuses.
Yeah, they're trying
So they-
to
yeah, they-
brainwash people.
Yep, they are.
Oh my God. Well, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Keep up the fight.
Oh, she said he's been swatted 6 times now.
6 times now.
Yeah.
This guy over here came up. He sat here for a long time. I wrote a bunch of songs.
Oh,
So
cool.
I pulled up right behind him and I just played them all. And he just,
That's cool. I've been trying to get some cadences together because I can't sing or that, but I was in the Army.
well, I can't sing either. but I'll tell you
And
what
so I
said.
got some cadences I'm working on because they're easy.
I have written.
But he's listening to Aaron and filming and okay, I gotta remember. So I listened to
This one I was waiting for Pearl Snapping. 'Cause
Yeah.
I wrote it because of
she's gonna be there here tonight.
Is she?
Yeah, she comes on Fridays because they have graduation.
I wrote this one for her.
So this is a good night.
Song she sings along 6th Street. Free movie tickets seemed just fine.
No, it's
And
on
when
this-
she turned and smiled at Kyle, his clappy heart beat over time.
Sounds familiar.
It is a cult, the people were crying. He could not hear the words they say. They tried in vain to tell him she's lying. But Kyle joined a cult that day. Kyle, don't be so clappy. Don't be a Scientology. Kyle, don't be so clappy. Don't choose a world full of strife. And as he started to go, they yelled, Kyle, someday you'll blow. Kyle, don't be so clappy for little Davy.
Could you hear it, you guys? Could you hear it? Oh, I'm sorry. Could you guys hear it? Yeah, he's not live yet. What's it called again?
Parodytology.
Parodytology. Have you verified your account with your phone number? Because that's what I didn't do. We'll have you live by tomorrow. Especially Pearl Snappy, because you only need 50 subscribers.
Well, I
So,
pulled up right behind him while he sat there and I played like 6 songs.
isn't that cool, you guys? He's going to be with Pearl Snappy tonight. So, we'll have him live. He's already verified. See, when I finally got the subscribers, then I found out I had to wait 24 hours.
Yeah.
So, if we can get you the 50 subscribers today, you'll be live.
I'm not.
That's
I'm just
cool.
starting this. Just
I did too. I thought I was just going to stand here and hold a sign. I told Pearl Snappy I'll hold your camera. I never thought I'd be doing this.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, I was going to play him.
So, but they promoted me so quick that I was live by the time the opening happened.
I'm going to play this.
Here's
South
another one
Park.
we're going to listen
Oh, this is
to.
South Park. I'm gonna,
Oh.
the South Park episode.
Oh, that's awesome. So, but yeah, definitely go find them. I'll put it in the description too, and we'll get them. Is it spelled parody normally?
Yep.
Then
Yep. Parody, P-A-R-D-Y.
DY Tology with Tology on the end.
P-A-R-D-Y.
Yeah, because he's writing parody songs. Yeah, I have 2 accounts too. Oh my God. Damn, that's loud. Ugh. Oh, let me cover the mic. I forgot I usually cover the mic when that happens. Yeah, that's what he said. Pass that along, and I'll put it in the description. And all right, I'm gonna log off, y'all. My arm's tired. I'm not gonna stay. That was a long walk. So y'all watch Pearl Snappy, and Paraditology should be live by tonight because all he needs is the 50 subscribers. We'll get it. All right, bye.